Republicans threaten to block Blanche nomination. That's the headline from the New York Times this Wednesday, and it's a standoff that could leave the Justice Department in limbo. The Senate was set to vote this week on advancing Todd Blanche, President Trump's pick for Attorney General. But two Republicans, John Cornyn of Texas and Thom Tillis of North Carolina, are now saying they'll block confirmation unless Blanche puts promises in writing. Both senators are leaving Congress after clashing with Trump, which adds weight to their leverage. The core issue, a deal Blanche cut to settle Trump's lawsuit against the IRS. Cornyn and Tillis say Blanche refused to vow on paper that he'd kill a $1.8 billion fund that was part of that settlement. They also want clarity on which audits Trump and his family would be immune from. Cornyn said today he's not prepared to vote yes until he gets those assurances. Their support is required for the nomination to move forward. But here's the catch: law and precedent allow Blanche to continue as acting Attorney General for years even if the nomination stalls. In other Trump administration news, a $1 million payout was announced for an anti-abortion activist Blanche called a victim of government weaponization. The president demanded details of a Secret Service interview with James Comey, according to a filing by Comey's lawyers. And a bipartisan Senate bill would let Trump impose tariffs on the biggest importers of Russian energy. Meanwhile, Anthony Fauci invoked the Fifth Amendment around 100 times today before a Senate committee investigating COVID origins. He accused Republican Chairman Rand Paul of an unhinged obsession with me. Paul warned of repercussions for Fauci's refusal to testify. Fauci has a preemptive pardon from Joe Biden covering actions through January 19, 2025, but Paul released private diary entries Fauci wrote while serving as a top health official over the weekend. Overseas, Saudi Arabia officially entered the U.S.-Iran war today with airstrikes against Iranian-linked militias and advisors in Iraq. Iran fired missiles at U.S. military bases in Jordan, ending a pause in direct fighting. Egypt was pulled in two. Off its Mediterranean coast, two ships including a U.S.-owned tanker caught fire after what a maritime tracking company called a drone attack. Trump suggested Iran was responsible and said U.S. forces would soon be hitting them very hard. The Iran war's whiplash between conflict and ceasefire has been unusual. Thanks for listening. I'm Matthew Cullen, and this has been your Wednesday briefing.